Hey guys, James Reed with TTR Sotheby's International Realty. Welcome back to the channel where we cover all things real estate in the DC metro area. Today we're going to be covering 5 trendy neighborhoods in DC, or at least what I consider to be trendy. They are certainly popular. In this video, we're going to cover the lifestyle of the neighborhoods, the amenities of them, why you may choose to live in these neighborhoods, as well as some of the real estate in them. So whether you be young or young at heart, these are certainly popular neighborhoods for everyone in between. Let's get started. Okay, getting into our first neighborhood, we have Dupont Circle. Dupont Circle is conveniently located in Northwest DC. It even has its own metro stop named after it, the Dupont Circle stop. Now, you've got the north entrance and a south entrance to this metro stop, with both having very steep, long escalators, which are known to break often. So if you are going to choose to take the metro from here, just know you may have to walk those. Now, you may not need to take the metro though, because there's a lot that is walkable in this neighborhood. You've got Logan Circle, the U Street corridor, Georgetown, and even downtown DC if you are not venturing out in the neighborhood for all of its restaurants, shops, and bars. If you are going to commute to downtown, so to speak, you don't need to take a car and you don't need to take metro. It is very walkable for you. There are a lot of conveniences for that. Now, what do you get in this neighborhood, right? You got restaurants, shops, bars, a ton of those, that's covered. You don't get a ton of grocery stores. You don't get a ton of parks and playgrounds. It hasn't been known for that in the past. That is changing as time goes on, especially with the mayor's office having a lot of housing initiatives, converting office to residential, which will impact this neighborhood. So in time, you will see more green space. You will see more amenities like that, but it is still a super popular neighborhood, regardless of that. Housing here, it's a funny situation. It is very tight on parking, so if you don't need it, that's great. I've seen parking spots sell on their own for $40,000 to $50,000, sometimes $80,000. Now for condos in this neighborhood, the median price point is about $415,000 right now, with some inventory in the market, so you can shop. Townhouses, the median price point right now is about $1.8 million. For typically a Victorian or a federal style row home in this neighborhood. There's a range of pricing though. It goes around 1.1 all the way up to $30 million with the Blaine Mansion currently on the market. So Dupont Circle, a ton close by. It's lacking a couple neighborhood amenities which are improving, but it is still a very popular, very trendy neighborhood. Okay, next up on the list is the H Street corridor in Northeast DC. This neighborhood basically runs from Union Station along H Street right to where Florida and Bladensburg Road meets up. Has a ton of public transportation options as well. You've got Union Station, which has a red line metro stop, as well as access to the MARC train, which goes to Baltimore, or BWI if you need that. You've got the Amtrak station there as well, so it goes up and down the entire East Coast. You've got a bus station there as well if you're trying to get to New York for a lot less than riding on Amtrak. And you've got DC streetcars, which spans east to west in the entire neighborhood. So you've got a lot of public transportation available to you in this neighborhood. And if you do drive, there is some limited parking as well, but you do not need a car. As all the neighborhoods we're covering today, you do not need a car in. Now, in this neighborhood, it's known for its eclectic, artsy vibe, has a lot of independent restaurants, merchants, things like that. But the secret is out. You've seen a lot of national retailers move in the past 10 years, like Whole Foods and the Nike store. So the secret is out, and I would expect to see more of them moving in as time goes on. But there are some, DC stalwarts in there. Ben's Chili Bowl opened a location not too far ago. So you still have a lot of DC in this neighborhood, but no, that is changing a little bit as it gets more popular because it is becoming such a great neighborhood. You do get a lot of parks, playgrounds, neighborhood amenities like that. You've got the Atlas Performing Arts Center, which is home to a lot of dance competitions, festivals, improv, comedy, as well as movies, which it originally was known for. And because it's a very pet-friendly neighborhood, you've got Atlas Vet across the street, which was our vet for a very long time. So shout out to them. It is the absolute best vet in town if you have a cat, dog, or any other kind of pet. Now, in this neighborhood for real estate, it is certainly getting more competitive, but not nearly as expensive as Dupont. Condos, the median price point is running about $395 right now, and for townhouses, you're just a hair under $900,000 for the median price point. But there is more development going on in this neighborhood, so I'd expect those prices to go up when interest rates come back down. But it is a super eclectic, artsy neighborhood, a lot of things going on in it every week. So if that's, if you're looking to stay in the northeast section of town, if you don't have to go to downtown every day, but you can with Metro, then H Street corridor could be a great neighborhood for you. Hey guys, if you're getting any value out of this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. That tells YouTube you like this video and helps push it out to more people just like you. Okay, moving south now, we're going to Capitol Hill, or the Hill. Now this neighborhood, it can be quite expansive, but we're going to focus on the core portion here, which is just south and east of the Capitol. So For metro accessibility in this neighborhood, you have a lot of options. You actually have 3 metro stations that service this neighborhood, and they serve the blue, silver, and orange lines. So if you're going out to Reagan or to Dulles to fly anywhere in the country or the world for that matter, extremely convenient. If you do have a car, which you do not need, you are very close to 395 as well. So you can be in Virginia about 10 to 15 minutes on most days without bad traffic, and you can be in Maryland very quickly as well. Now, in the neighborhood itself, what are some of the cool things about it, right? You've got the Capitol obviously close by. You've got Library of Congress, the Supreme Court that you can walk to, all these great institutions. But in the neighborhood itself, you have a lot of restaurants, shops, bars, a lot of independent ones. You have a ton of grocery stores, as a matter of fact. Probably more grocery stores per capita than most neighborhoods I can think of. I don't know how they fit them all here. And if you don't want to go to a chain store, you have things like Eastern Market that are accessible to you, where you've got a ton of food stalls on the interior throughout the week, with the exception of Monday. Don't try it on Monday, it's closed. And on the weekends, you have a lot of merchants on the exterior selling their goods and wares as well. So super popular, very convenient to a lot of things. Busiest obviously on the weekend. So if you're trying to go there on a slower day, maybe Tuesday is the day you go. But this neighborhood also has a ton of green space, more than any other neighborhood we're going to cover today, and it's up there for the top neighborhoods in DC for green space. So if you like to be outside a lot, if you like to run, walk, if you have a pet and you like to go on longer walks, certainly a great neighborhood for that. Now, the real estate here is more competitive than some of the other neighborhoods we're going to talk about. Even with interest rates being as high as they are right now, things seem to be moving a little bit quicker here than other parts of town. Now, condos come in right at about $495,000 for the median price point, with a range in there of some newer and older inventory. And for townhouses, you have a lot of Victorian and federal style row homes, much like a lot of DC, and that comes in right over $1.1 million, but that has a range as well. You've got some that are $800,000, some that are $5 million. So you can certainly find something in this neighborhood right now. There's still inventory available while the market is what it is, but great neighborhood if you like a lot of independent stores, if you like a lot of green space, if you like a lot of metro accessibility as well. Capitol Hill could be a great fit for you. All right, moving south again, we're going to the neighborhood of Navy Yard, named after the Washington Navy Yard, which is still in operation today. And this neighborhood has gone through a renaissance, if you'll call it, in the last 15 years. The genesis of that being the Washington Nationals moving into town and having their stadium open in 2008. And I remember in 2008 them handing out cards pretty much to everybody at every game, trying to convince you of the idea of moving and living in this neighborhood of the future. And then the real estate crash of 2008-09 happening and delaying things a few years out. But that did give them a little bit more time to plan out the neighborhood and the amenities, which I think improved the neighborhood as a whole. Now, for metro access, you've got the Green Line in this neighborhood, so you can get to downtown fairly easily if you're going to commute down there. But there are a lot of defense contractors that have moved into the neighborhood to support the Navy Yard operations. So maybe you're working for a defense contractor and you don't need to go to downtown. Or you work from home and you can just enjoy the outdoor activities available to you in Navy Yard. Right, so there are a lot of restaurants, shops, bars here because it is so new. It's able to be planned out, including a Michelin star restaurant. You've got a really great dog park if you have a dog. You've got the yards. You've got a really nice, outstanding water park available to you in the summer when it's just ridiculously hot like it is right now. And you've got a lot of farmers markets and festivals going on in Navy Yard as well. For real estate, it is pretty competitive, mostly condos and townhouses. And I say townhouses, there's one townhouse on the market right now as I make this video for you. So it's a condo heavy neighborhood. If you want a townhouse in here, you better act quickly when they come on the market because they don't last for very long. The median price for condos, it comes in right at $575,000 with mostly newer inventory given the age of the neighborhood, and townhouses are right around 1.1, 1.2 million. So great neighborhood if you're looking for some outdoor activities, if you want to be close to the Nat Stadium, if you want to be close-ish to where Audi Field is for where DC United plays, and if you don't need to go to downtown every day, awesome neighborhood for you. Okay, going to our last neighborhood of the day, we're going to go west to the southwest waterfront to the neighborhood of the Wharf. The Wharf recently finished its phase 2 construction, so it is done now. And this neighborhood is a neighborhood of condos on the waterfront. And if you're living here, you're paying to live on the water. The only way you're going to get closer is actually if you buy a boat, which is available to you, and you can get a slip that way. Now, in this neighborhood, you've got a lot of restaurants, shops, bars. Everything is just built out. It's a little light on things like grocery stores, which are just a couple blocks away in Southwest. The metro station is also just a couple blocks away in Southwest. Now, you can also take a shuttle. It's a free shuttle available to you if you're going to, say, the Smithsonian. And if you want to ride a water taxi, you can go to Old Town Alexandria, National Harbor, or even Georgetown. So you have other transportation options available to get you to other parts of town. Now, in this neighborhood, you've got 3 live music venues available to you. You've got Pearl Street, you've got the Anthem, as well as Arena Stage. So it's certainly fun for entertaining. But the anchor to this neighborhood is the Municipal Fish Market, which is the longest running outdoor fish market in the United States. And pro tip, if you're visiting in just a short period of time, if you're trying to go to the Wharf, maybe for an hour or two, buy something there and get your parking validated. Otherwise, you're going to pay between $20 and $40 to park here, which is just outrageous to me. So that's a con of the neighborhood, but everything else is pretty great. If you're going to stay and entertain at night, maybe you do the s'mores, you enjoy the waterfront views. Just a great neighborhood to walk up and down. There's always a lot of people at night in this neighborhood. Now, for real estate in this neighborhood, it's all condos, as I mentioned, all luxury. And the median price point comes in right at $1.3 million right now, but it's quite a range, right? You've got some from the low fours all the way up to the highest condo transaction ever in DC at $12.762 million in the Amaris, a building we did cover in another video if you want to watch that. The buyer is still unknown for that condo transaction, so if you find out, do let me know. But there is quite a range of condos in this development here. So if you are looking to live on the water, if you like condo living, if you want everything close by, and you don't mind maybe walking to the grocery store, then the Wharf is a great fit for you. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video about 5 trendy neighborhoods in DC. If I missed one you want to talk about, please put it in the comment section below. And if you have any questions about the neighborhoods themselves or your possible move here, feel free to contact me directly. My contact information is in the description box below. And until next time, I hope to see you around town.